I was considering these 3/4 length trousers, but I realised the only detail I was actually interested in was this zip just here, and I wasn't actually really interested in the rest of the trousers, so I left those. But I also found the exact same pair as a white version a couple of months later on. I quite like the changing rooms of this charity shop, so I thought I might as well try things on, especially as this skirt was on a size 6 hanger, but the skirt itself is a small, so the hanger had been labelled incorrectly. But I wanted to try it on anyway, just because of the style. It's quite a fitted one, but it did fit quite nicely, so I got that one. I wanted to try this one on first, just to see how it sits and what kind of shape it gives, especially as trying to take in or alter knitted fabric is quite difficult. And I really liked how it looked over this outfit, so I got it. Hi, Heidi here. I have a collective haul for you today. I'll start off with the charity shop things. All of these items I found in one thrift trip, which is quite good. I haven't been finding things for a little while, but I had quite a good run this time. First of all, we have this skirt. It's quite an interesting construction. The label says vicinity, which I've not come across before, and it was a bit expensive. It was £8, but I thought it was worth it. I'm thinking of making it a little bit shorter though, just because I prefer the proportions of a slightly shorter skirt. This cropped hoodie is this sort of velour type fabric, and I don't really do velvety things anymore, but this one I thought would be really good. It's a nice cozy thing, just an extra layer, particularly for spring and summer. It's just nice to have something easy to throw on. And the main thing I really liked about it was this zip. I have another item of clothing with this sort of plastic silvery zip. I really like the look of that. And it's nice to actually have something that's well fitting right from the start. I can't really tell if this is, I mean, it might be 2000s. It doesn't seem like it's fast fashion, and it's £3. This top I found in the same shop that I found the hoodie, and it's a 3/4 length sleeve, but I really liked the neck with this button detail here, and it's quite a long one as well, quite a long line, with a small vent in the side, so that'll make it interesting for layering. This one was also £3, and it's just from F&F, and I can't remember if that's maybe Sainsbury's clothing, I'm not quite sure. Final charity shop find is this kind of body warmer style thing. It's got this almost wet look kind of layer. It really makes the knit pattern stand out. And it's just a bit different to normal knitted stuff. And I really like the buckle detail. This one was £12.75. And the label says Armani Exchange. I really love how this top part sits. It makes me think of Star Wars kind of styling. Now for things that I found online. I do actually have 2 items that I bought last year, which didn't manage to make their way into my previous video. This is why I put things aside and don't put them into my wardrobe when I'm planning to do a haul video of them, because otherwise they just kind of become part of my wardrobe and I forget to include them. So this plastic wrap top I found on eBay, and the back is my favourite part of this. That's the plastic wrap logo on the back there, and it is modular, so you can take off this harness bit and these straps come round and secure in the front. So it's a 2-in-1 type thing. And this top, it is an extra small, and I think I did have to get the measurements for this just to be certain, but it fits absolutely perfectly. There is a bit of wearing on this fabric here, but I'm not fussed by that. I bought this one in October last year. I have worn it a couple of times, but just because it's very fitted and it's quite thick fabric, so I don't really like putting things underneath it. It just doesn't really sit very well if I've got something laid underneath. Looking forward to wearing this during the warmer months. And it was $26.68, including fees and shipping. And the other one that I forgot to show previously was this top. I have seen a few of this sort of style with knitted panels and some mesh sleeves, and I was quite interested in that sort of style, but all the ones I was finding were vastly overpriced. But I found this one, and I paid $14.35 in total for this one, and I've worn it a lot already. It doesn't actually have a size on it. The seller estimated it was kind of small, extra small, but it's got the French label. It's got lacing just on one side. And now for my more recent finds. I was in two minds about these because, as you can see, they've got blue on as well, but I've never seen anything else like this. I really love circuit board designs on things, so I thought, you know what, I might as well. I know I'll get wear out of it, and they are proper low rise as well, which is amazing. I love properly low rise stuff. They've only got a print on the back of one leg. Another plastic wrap item. I do really love finding this brand secondhand. And this one is a small, and I've never seen a plastic wrap coat before. I did consider this one for a bit. I didn't just go and buy it because it was $87.85, because obviously it's quite a large item and it's very rare as well. I will say I don't like the lining, as in the pattern. Like, I'm not really a fan of that, but I can look past that. It's not like you really see it when you're wearing it. And it's very warm, and even though it's not fully waterproof, it's kind of water repellent, and I've managed to get so much wear out of it already. There are a few issues with it that need fixing. So this belt, it's got these magnets on it, which are really weak now, probably just because of the age, but they don't stay up anymore. So I have just been safety pinning it to keep it closed, but I need to find some replacements for that. And it's got this tiny pocket in front. So I really like this feature to kind of have it closed, but still showing the outfit underneath. Yeah, that's why I need new magnets. And it also had magnets in the collar here, because it's supposed to do up like something like this, but those magnets had come out of where they were sewn in, and I have actually taken them out. I've removed them completely, and they were all really weird and crumbly, so probably a good idea to take out anyway. So I'll probably replace those at some point as well, because it is quite handy to have a nice neck covering for your coat. And the zip is a two-way one, which I feel like is an essential for long coats. This is my most recent find. Of course, it's a band t-shirt. The reason I actually bought this was for the back design, and being as this is an extra large size, I will be doing a DIY to this, because I want it to be like a nice fitted top with this as the front design. And I'm gonna do something with this back design. I'm just not really a fan of this graphic, so I'm gonna use the logo, maybe with some of this bit of the design to go on the back. So yeah, that's going to be a project for me. This was $16.45, and I had it light for quite a long time, and it just hadn't sold, so I took that as my sign that it was mine to DIY. I'd been looking for some boots that were entirely black, because as much as I love my New Rocks, all of them have some sort of metal element to them, and I do have one other pair of boots that are entirely black, but they've got quite a large platform on, which obviously isn't the most practical if I want to go for a walk or something. So I found these. I'm very happy with these, and so they are entirely black. I really liked all the details, even the details of the sole, kind of all those designs. They are ones that you pull on as well, so there aren't any zips. And these pull tab bits at the top, I know you're supposed to use those to pull the boot on, but I tend to go from the side anyway, and I'm not really a fan of how these bits look, so I will be cutting them off. I just hadn't done that yet because I like to show things as they were originally when I do a haul before I make any alterations. So yeah, those will be coming off. And this was mentioned on the listing, so I'm not too fussed about this, but there is a crack in this part of the design, and it was a lot smaller, but because I've been wearing these so much, it has cracked further. So I'll have to decide what I want to do about that. Maybe put another bit over it or something like that, but we will see. These ones were from Vinted as well. I paid £72.10, including fees and shipping for these ones. Oh, and they're a UK 5. And they're actually quite nice and narrow, which makes a good change because I have quite narrow feet. Most of the time boots don't fit the width of my foot as well, but these ones are really good for narrow feet. Oh, and the listing said that the brand is Vagabond, which I can't say I've heard of before, but they seem to be doing well. The final thing I have to show you is something that I was given for free. It's these jeans. So my friend was down visiting family, and her mum had these jeans and they didn't fit her as she wanted, and she was like, oh, I'll just throw them in the bin. And my friend was like, no, like, I'll give those to Heidi, that's a Heidi fabric right there. So yeah, she brought them back, and now I have some, which is amazing. Always happy to save something from landfill. So they will need a fair bit of DIYing, because they are a size large and they're high-waisted. But taking things in is a lot easier than adding fabric in, so it shouldn't be too much of a challenge, and they are very stretchy too, which is lovely. And it works out really well because if you watched my wardrobe tour where I showed my trousers, I had a pair of jeans with this kind of texture that had ripped, and so I'll be able to make myself a replacement for those. So that's amazing. That is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you had a favourite item, then you can let me know which one it was in the comments. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!